days you can see your breath. Out here in the lake of fact, breaking tables like it's poetry. Where else would you rather be? Pinto, Ron, Elvis, and the lay poncho. The members that you need to know. 'Cause once you out here now, your family. Where else would you rather be? Where else would you rather be?
Welcome into the Nickel City Crew. I am your host, Rob Crippen. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Nickel City Crew. This episode, along with all of our episodes, are presented by Crippen Legacy Entertainment here on Spreaker and StreamYard. We're so glad that you're joining us for some of your Buffalo Bills and NFL content again today. And as always, these are my Bills thoughts said out loud.
It's a vibe so ridiculous. Since 12 plus 83 was 6. The shout rocking like a symphony. Where else would you rather be?
All right, let's get straight to it. I'm excited about tonight's episode like I always am, and it's one of those episodes that it's really important to me. It's been important to me just to kind of find a way to show my appreciation and to show my gratitude for everything that has happened. You know, it's been funny because last year I forgot to do the episode. The first season that we started, we did it, and I had such a great time with it. And I was like, man, I cannot let another season go by without coming out with the Fam Appreciation Week. This is the Fam Appreciation Week. We are really thankful here at Nickel City Crew for the listeners, the people that have been a part of the show that have kind of made this thing kind of happen. And it's funny because I started it by myself, and then you guys all know the story. DT kind of joined in maybe 7 months in, and then it was just like, man, be my co-host, rock with me, you my boy, like let's do this thing together. And it was a situation where things just kind of took off from there. We are now simulcasting every single week on the Buffalo Fanbase Podcast Network. Justice General Radford over there runs the site, and we just are so gracious just to have the opportunity to meet another platform and to meet more listeners and to kind of get our thoughts and opinions out there and get our content out there. So we've had a great time doing this here with the simulcast with Buffalo Fanbase. And coming up on Saturday, we're going to be doing the Rager for Buffalo Fanbase. And I know the K-Gun report, it's going to be a fun time. I think we'll be on from like 2:30 to 3:30. If DT can't be there, I know I'm going to still be there as well, representing the crew. So it's been a fun time. The Mafia for me, Nickel City Crew, it means family. It really does. I have a literal Bills baby from the Mafia. Like, I couldn't make it any more family than it is with that. Quincy's mother is a cousin of one of my good friends that I used to throw the tailgates with. And it just, the Mafia means family. Like, there's no way around it, man. Like, the tailgates, the atmosphere, the camaraderie, the traditions that everybody has when they come out to the stadium. Even if they don't go out to the stadium, even if you're at your house, you throw a party, you've got a projector outside and you've got people over, the neighbors are over, whatever the case may be. You guys get a sheet and some wings and everybody comes through. The Bills mean family. The Bills, represent family to me. And, I'm really, really excited about tonight's episode, really, really excited about this season coming up. For a long time, it was so crappy. The Bills were so crappy that the tailgates were half of the reason and half of the fun that you had going out there to the stadium. And that's really when I met my co-host, to be honest, was during some of those dark drought years. Joining me tonight, as always, my co-host, Adam Dump Truck Rupsick. Holla at the crew. Check him out on Instagram at Adam Rupsick, RUPCZYK. I'll let the crew, DT. It's Fam Appreciation Week, man.
City.
The Mafia's family, DT. I don't know any other way to lay it out, man.
That's straight up, Rob. That's straight up, and the Mafia's family, the crew's family to us, and at this point, I call you family, Rob. We've developed such a great relationship, such a great friendship over the years. I've appreciated every second of it. You kind of, this is worked great. This podcast is a way for us to, it's therapy in a way. We get it out, we get it through, and it doesn't always have to be bad. Like, venting all the bad stuff, just getting it out and talking Bills. And kind of just being super comfortable with you and with our listeners and everybody in between. It's fun to kind of, as we grow, our following grows, and
Hmm.
everyone,
Hmm.
our friends and close friends and family are listening, and more people are listening now and now, and we're getting out there. So we're improving, we're getting better, but at the end of the day, I'm with my brother Rob, with you, man, and I enjoy it. It's been. I thank you for this opportunity and everything we've done. I think we've grown so much, and
Hmm.
family appreciation. It's the family for real, and it's the chills talking about it because it's so close, Rob. As we get
Oh
teeing up to
man.
this season, we pop out on the grass lot and get that first inhale of the, of everything, the charcoal and everything in between. It, I getting the chills thinking about it. It's literally life. And brought us together as one. So let's go. Countdown begins. Let's shout out to the fam tonight. We're gonna have a lot of good guests and listeners on, and I'm excited to chop it up with everybody. Let's ride, man.
Yeah, man. I'm really, really excited. And, like I said, one of the things that about this was that I wanted to connect with people. I wanted to connect with the Mafia. I wanted to make sure that, everybody understood that, what the Bills mean to me. Again, me driving up doesn't make me more of a Bills fan than anybody else in Western New York or anybody across the country. I meet people all the time across the country, DT, that are rabid Bills fans just like me. They may not go to the games, but it means something to them. My dedication comes from the fact that I just literally don't know what else I would do with myself on a Sunday morning if I wasn't
Right?
Ralph. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just the way that it gets down for me. Now, again, most people won't spend 1,300 miles. 650 there, 650 back. Most people wouldn't do that. I consider myself, a little bit, nutty or whatever the case may be, but that's a part of the Mafia. And there's probably people all across the country who have their own different traditions, and they're frying turkeys, or they're doing their cookouts, or whatever the case may be. And their house looks like a Bills, tailgate lot, or the case may be. And like, I just respect it so much, because you're absolutely right, DT. As we get closer to kickoff, it kind of just brings it all back into focus about what this all means to us, what this all means for us. And you know what? I'm just really excited for the season. And again, I'm really excited for tonight's episode, because it was a way to give back. Again, I didn't want to skip this season, because it just means a lot to me. So without further ado, man, let's bring on our first guest that we've got tonight. And it's perfect that he is on first, because I mean, it literally was, shout out again to Jay Spence the King over at Buffalo Rumblings. He hooked me up with our guest. And listen, Justice General is a straight up dude. He's cool as a fan. I mean, salute to the general. He's cool, and not only is he cool, but he accepted me with open arms. And what he gave us the opportunity to do, DT, was say, hey, listen, you get your brand out on Nickel City Crew, simulcast over here at Buffalo Fan Base, and we're going to make this thing build together. And he's done everything that he said he was going to do. He helps promote the show for us. He helps keep us locked in with their various listeners. They've got a lot of great content creators over there at Buffalo Fan Base. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to simulcast, because, it helps us get our audience out and helps us get our word out. So salute to the general. Holla at Justice General Radford. Holla at him on Twitter, Instagram at JA17MVP. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. I mean, if this is Fan Appreciation Week, I mean, the Buffalo Fan Base CEO, I mean, the Don Corleone of the CEO. I mean, come on, man. I mean, what else can we do? We had to get you on, man. I appreciate you joining us, man.
Oh man, I appreciate that intro. That was awesome. But yeah, man, thank you guys for having me on again. It's always a good time anytime I get to chat it up with you guys. I'm super excited to be here, man. Thank you guys for having me. It's been super dope having you guys on fan base, and I'm super glad that my guy Jay Spence put that connection together.
Yeah, man, we really appreciate it, because I don't really have an idea what it would be like if I didn't have this opportunity to kind of get my stuff out there. And again, you're helping us reach a broader audience, so we really appreciate you. Our next guest, it's funny because DT, man, the tailgates are it's just something different, man, because you meet people, and then that's how you and I met, DT, and like, it's crazy. And your tailgates are crazy, because you right in the same spot that I always used to tailgate for years and years and years. And then I met your boy Big Ben Fennell. And listen, it was something where, like, dude was cool. Food was everywhere. I mean, just total hospitality. I mean, every time I came to the tailgate, it was total hospitality. He made me feel like I was one of the family. And I mean, it was really just so much love in the air, and that's really why I keep rocking over there, DT, is because of the fact that Big Ben Fennell shouting at us from Erie, PA. I mean, he comes up, he drives up early in the morning, him and Seth Brown, they come on down, they bring their families, and it's just a great time, man. Like last year, remember the game, DT, you were gone for Christmas with your family. We had a blower back there. We had tents back there. We were getting warm back there. I mean, the DJ was back. Everything was going on.
It's the setup, baby.
Oh,
it's the
man,
setup.
the setup was.
We are professional. We are professional tailgaters.
Man, it was so beautiful, man. Listen, former quarterback at Edinburgh. I mean, holla at the crew, Big Ben Fennell. I mean, holla at the crew, man. What's good with you, man? It's happy to have you on, man. Family Appreciation Week, man. What's good, my tailgate brother? What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Nickel City? Good to be here, bro. Yeah, I just got done with practice, so
offensive coordinator, right? At Cano area Senior High, right? Cash.
Yeah,
straight cash, Randy Moss.
Straight cash, homie. Straight cash.
I love it, man. Listen, man, you've been really, really cool, man, to hang out with at the tailgates. Your family's great, your friends are great, and we've had a great time enjoying the tailgates with you guys over the years.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to give you a shout out to let you know, man, that we really appreciate just again the Mafia band. Mafia means family. That's how we started out the show.
Oh,
and
man.
you've been that man for us, man.
Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, like DT said plenty of times, it's all about the vibes.
Yeah.
So we put out good vibes there and, have a great time. I'm out there, spinning the ones and twos, and you can find me slinging the rock with you down in the corner of the grass slot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, that's what we do, man. We
oil up the cannon and let her fly every once in a while.
Yeah, you were big time quarterback back in the day, man. So I'm really, really excited to have you on as well. So listen, fellas, I wanted to chop it up as more guys get ready to enter the crew tonight and get ready to enter the cast. Listen, I wanted to know some stories about how you guys became Bills fans, and we'll kind of wait and see if we can get everybody else on. But first, listen, Justice, what are your thoughts as we get ready to come up on this 23 season, man? We are right around the corner. DT talked about it, man. We are literally right around the corner, man. Give me some of your thoughts on just general. I know we had NFL Cutdown Day. Nearly 1,000 young men across the NFL lost their dreams yesterday to join an NFL roster. Salute to all those guys and their families, the dedication, the things that have gone into this, because I know that we look at it as just sometimes just names on a sheet when the tweets come out, but these are families, these are young men who are really chasing the dream, and for almost 1,000 of them yesterday, it came to a screeching halt. So as we look forward to the 53, we've got it. There's some tinkering going on, Justice, but give me your thoughts, man, on the 23 season. Boy, it starts off with a banger in the Meadowlands, and then it really doesn't let up, man. I mean, this is going to be a hell of a season.
Yeah, man, it just makes you feel better, when it's football season, right? Like, Mondays don't suck as much, especially if it's a victory Monday, right? Then you got Monday Night Football to look forward to. And then in the middle of the week, you get Thursday Night Football. It helps the week go move forward, a lot faster and a lot more enjoyably. And then, of course, exactly. You got your college football on Saturdays, and then for the most part, your team plays on Sundays. It just, the vibe in the country is just better. People are more happy. It's not like fighting over stupidity and stuff like that. It's just, a lot of love. And if we are fighting, it's because we play you this week, and I hate you for these 7 days.
Yes.
After that, we're all NFL fans. So, I'm super excited about the season finally starting back up. We've been waiting for a long time. And we are blessed enough to have a really, really good football team. And to have, supreme expectations, because not everybody gets that. And I'm sure all of us know, what it feels like to go into the season. Oh, this is the year we might make the play.
Yeah. We used to do that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so this is the year we might win the Super Bowl. And that's a pretty cool.
Yeah, man, that is really cool. Big Ben, I mean, what are your thoughts, man? You take the time, you get up early. I leave on a Friday or a Saturday. I drive up 650 miles, but I mean, you got your own level of dedication, man. You got to get up early in Erie. That's a nice 90 miles solid. You got to fight traffic sometimes. You get up early, start your day early. You prep the night before, and then you get there before the sun rises. And man, I mean, what are your thoughts, man?
Before the cash collectors,
before the collectors come in. I mean, we were early.
we beat the workers of the lot.
Yeah, we beat the workers, man. What are your thoughts, man, on the 23 season? I know you're excited for it, for
Oh yeah,
sure.
beyond excited. I think it's like what Justice was just saying. You know, we've kind of reached that pinnacle now where we just expect greatness,
Yeah.
basically. So I think it's time to put up or shut up. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's the sentiment with the Mafia too. Is like, all right, we're fine and dandy winning divisions, but let's go make some noise in the postseason now.
Yeah, man, it is time to get that that ball over the hill or something. You know what I mean?
Oh
Whatever you
yeah.
want to say. I know Stefan Diggs talked about that in his mini camp press conference. I know he was one of the hot topics this summer. DT,
Yeah.
it's funny because the way that they treated Stefan Diggs sometimes gets me upset, and that's why we did the miseducation episode. Then we had to remind everybody to be careful what they wish for a couple weeks later. And listen, this season, I mean, the pressure is on. Pressure bust pipes. I mean, the whole theme of even the Nickel City Crew itself, DT, has kind of been following this narrative along. This is a big year, DT. Like, this is a year where, I mean, kind of like Big Ben said, put up or shut up. Like, this is the team's there, the talent's there. I mean, what's up? I mean, it's time to go get something done.
Yeah, the excuses are running out. We've talked about this a few times. Of there can only be so many crazy things that happen. The 13 seconds was, once in a lifetime. Everything the team went through, and to fall short last year, once in a lifetime.
Yep.
So how many once in a lifetime excuses do you have? With a generational guy, and Justice said it best, right? It's not Super Bowl or bust, but I'm with you, Rob. Where you got to get there, the chips got to fall, and you got to get to that game.
Yeah.
It takes some luck. It takes some bounces. The roster cuts today pretty chalk as we go through them. Nothing real, eye popping in any direction. I really wasn't expecting that. I don't think anybody in the Mafia was. But what do you got? 2 weeks from this weekend, and then 3 weeks till the home opener when we straight up in the holidays. So it's exciting. We're running out, but I don't want to be doom and gloom here. But we got to start shifting into that in Super Bowl or bust type of situation. The regular season, I think we can work around. It's a lot tougher schedule. The AFC stacked. We're in all different directions, but everybody plays that stacked schedule. At the top, Kansas City got to play all these games. Cincinnati's got to play all these games, and each division is going to eat each other up in those regards too. So not as much of each week is doom and gloom, and you got to win everything. Just get in the dance and play your best football then. So I'm going to be a little less off the gas throughout the season, but then way more on the gas than I ever have been once we hit the playoffs.
I mean, it's interesting because we were talking about it, DT, at the end of the episode, Justice. What I'm fighting against right now, General, to be honest, and I'm being completely transparent, even to Big Ben. I'm fighting against I got to enjoy this thing because what I'm doing now, General, is I'm so focused on the playoffs. I'm so focused on the end result. I'm so focused on how the season is going to end that I literally had to check myself and help DT and ask him to help me at the end of an episode a couple weeks ago. Like, brother, talk me off the ledge because I'm thinking about I was more obsessed basically, General, with how are we going to lose or how is the season going to end, even if it's not a Super Bowl win. And I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to just skip on this great season. I mean, even week one just shows you right there. I mean, I've been watching NFL Hard Knocks, General, and the Jets look for real, and it's great production, and that's going to be fireworks from week one. I don't want to miss the season, General, but boy, am I ready for the playoffs already. And I am having a tough time balancing those things, man.
Yeah, I would say I think that is something that unfortunately, as Bills fans, have been, I guess you could say, cursed with, right? The fact that we did so well in that, and so we broke the playoff curse, right?
Yep.
And then we missed the playoffs, but we got our franchise quarterback, right?
Sure.
The next season,
Sugar High Josh.
But you're right, exactly. And then we kind of ease our way back into the playoffs. And then the next season, boom, AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
And it's just oh my God, we're going to do it any second. This is going to be our year, Right, exactly. And I think that if we would have had an opportunity where it was okay, second round,
a slower rise.
And divisional round departure. I think today we look at it and we're going okay, we're ready to win the Super Bowl now, as opposed to our Super Bowl window is closed. Because I don't think our Super Bowl window is closed, but I think that people are so I think we're impatient. I think we're impatient.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I think
because
that could be fair.
I think that you look at Aaron Rodgers won what, 2 chips, 1 or 2 chips.
One. He's
Uh,
got one. He's
he's
got
got
one.
one.
Hmm.
Okay. Manning's got like 2 chips.
Yeah, he's got two. Yep.
Big Ben's got 2 chips.
Yeah, he's got
So it's
two.
like,
Yep.
would you ask Pittsburgh or Indy or Green Bay if they would have rather not had those quarterbacks at all, or would they rather have,
Gone on that ride. Hmm.
gone on that ride? And I
Yeah.
bet you all of them would say, I'm glad that we had him as our quarterback for as long as we did. And, we appreciate those 2 chips. And I'm not necessarily saying that Josh is only going to get us 1 or 2 chips, because I do think he'll get us more. But even if it isn't the case, like, we still have to appreciate greatness while we have it, while we're experiencing it. Because one day, guys, we're going to have a quarterback that throws for 2,500 yards, 16 INTs, and gets benched. And then we're gonna be like, holy cow, I miss the days of 17 and 14.
Big,
So
oh goodness, that's funny. I mean, Big Ben, you're a former quarterback. I mean, listen,
Yes, sir.
I'm trying my best to enjoy this season because General is right. We've got a crazy quarterback. DT always talks about him as generational, and I'm worried that I'm always focused on the ending because I think General's on to something. We come after Sugar High Josh, Houston playoff game, and then all of a sudden we're right on the precipice in the AFC Championship game. You've got the iconic picture of Stephon Diggs with the heads on his helmet, that one NFL photo of the year with the confetti falling down in KC. I'm like so ready that I can almost taste it, and I just don't want to skip over the regular season because I enjoy hanging with y'all. I enjoy chopping it up with y'all and having fun on Sundays. But boy, I'm ready for the playoffs, and I just don't want to skip the season, man.
Hey, like DT said earlier, it's like once in a lifetime stuff. That Houston playoff game, man, just mass chaos. I mean, that second half kickoff. What the heck was that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Josh is balling out. He's catching tutties. He's doing the smoke dance, and like we're feeling good. And then it's like, what just happened? We get stung again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Just is saying, maybe we're cursed. I don't know. We've seen a lot of once in a lifetime things. But I don't know. I've come to the realization we just got to enjoy the ride. I think us as a society, everyone's impatient nowadays. Okay. It's all quick. Give me. I want it now.
Okay.
Hey,
for everything.
Smell the roses, man. Like I think it's a pretty good ride. Like we were too young before with the good days of the 90s with Kelly and those guys.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna savor this ride. We got hopefully another 12 years with them.
Yeah.
So,
that's a
great point.
Unless it keeps running.
That's a great point, Ben. Because if you take a look at those guys from like the 80s and 90s, those guys who were able to witness that, right? They're probably like, Kelly can't even win us a Super Bowl. Oh, every year can't even win one, right? But then when
they had to wait.
Brian Brom is your starting quarterback, you know what I mean?
Fred
It's
Edwards,
like, I bet you miss Jim Kelly.
JP Losman. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
Lightning in a bottle.
It was a long time. Because DT, listen, you've spoken to that too before on our show, DT, because the drought was so shitty that Big Ben's right. I was 5, 6, 7, and 8 for the Super Bowl run. So I wasn't able to experience. I wasn't able to go and hang out in the hot tub with those guys that are singing that song. And I gotta feel it. Buffalo's going to the Super Bowl. I'm at my house. So I want to be a part of that. That's the main reason why I said that I'll take a Super Bowl berth before me getting greedy and saying I want a Super Bowl win, DT, because I just want to represent the conference in the Super Bowl. I want to wake up on Super Bowl Sunday, and know my team's getting ready to play at 6:30 tonight. And I've got to figure out all the different things that I'm getting ready to plan for the day. And there's balloons outside, and my house looks like a damn, a maniac house. I can't wait for something like that. And I think something's to that, DT, because the drought really sucked a lot of energy out. And for those fans from the 90s, like Justice said, it was a long gap for them. For the rest of us, we were kids. We weren't even able to participate.
Bittersweet of trying to savor, and I'm the most optimistic on, when we go back and forth, I'm optimistic and lean towards I love the energy. I love getting together. I just love the season and cherishing it. And you're right. Sometimes we as society, it's a little too critical, a little too impatient. I mean, look at, you got coaches getting fired after winning Super Bowls, and then the next year getting fired for a situation. So that's just the I feel like society we're in when it comes to that. But the fact of, when we're saying 17's generational and he's addicting and all that, give him a little more credit, I guess, would be some self work on my end of, maybe it isn't, don't get so impatient. It's not Super Bowl or bust. Give 17 more credit of, whenever, as long as we have him, we got that chance, and because there has to be bounces, there has to be luck that goes your way to win a Super Bowl. We talk about that all the
That's
time.
true.
So
that is so true.
if we have 17, we talk him up. He's generational. He's once in a lifetime. He's addicting to watch. So if we have him, we have a chance, and not get so deep into, okay, the roster has to be exactly perfect and it has to be exactly this, because I mean, last year that basically was the case. I mean, still same this year, and we were the overwhelming favorite. And how many times does the overwhelming favorite really pull it out?
12,
Hardly ever,
13%.
right? So,
I mean,
it's
not.
almost
It's
a
not
way
high.
of we want to start getting away from that, talk, and just knowing, as long as we got him, there is that chance. And so, that'll be some self work on my end, and Nickel City crew will work on that of savoring, taking it in, and all the beautiful things we talk about, the family, the Mafia, all of us coming together, meeting each other through this, to really cherish that. As opposed to, we got clipped by the Dolphins. What do we got to do? What do we got to do to get over the hump? Things in that nature. But like I said, so maybe a little off the gas during the season, but all on the gas when we hit the postseason. I don't care if we're the 7th seed. Get in.
And then let's see what happens after that. I totally agree with that. And one of the things that you said that just struck a chord with me is that, Justice, we have got to get you out, brother, to a tailgate. I don't care if it's the first home game or what. I mean, now the first home game is, it literally is. DT is right. It is a holiday. I think I might pack for that game. I might pack for that game coming up right before the Jets game. My bags will be packed for that game, because it is a holiday, and I pick out my outfit. I got a tailgate outfit and then a separate game day outfit of what I want to wear into the stadium. Listen, we have got to get you out there, General. My treat, we have got to get you out to the tailgate, man. We've got to. We can hang out and have a good time, because I'm really honest when I say that. Big Ben and his wife, and like I said, Seth Brown out there in Erie, they do it really big, man. So you enjoy it. Listen, I wanted to know your stories, fellas, because it's interesting to me. This is Fam Appreciation Week. How are we all here? Why are we doing this? We got General in his car at his brother-in-law's house. We got Big Ben just coming off of practice. He tired as hell, just finished work.
I gotta watch film.
Yeah, DT worked all day. I worked all day. Why are you on this damn podcast tonight? Listen, how did you become a rabid Bills fan, Justice General? Please tell us your story, man. Tell us your Bills story, because I'm really interested in it. And regardless of other guys join us tonight or not, I wanted to make sure that we get everybody's story. How are you here, Justice, running the Buffalo fan base? You're the editor of this, the CEO, the HNIC. What's up, man? Holla at me now. That's if you know, but holla at the crew, man. Let us know what's going on, man. How did you become a Bills fan like this?
So it's funny, right? Because I remember distinctly, there's this picture of me as a baby, a full Buffalo Bills sweatsuit. And, and it was one of the windbreaker type of suits. It was a real nice one.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah.
It was all right, so it's always been, something that has been a part of my identity. Funny enough, I remember the first time I remember watching the Bills was the Music City Miracle.
Oh my God!
And I was like, I'm not.
Oh my God!
That happened in 1999. I was
it did. 2000, right after the New Year.
Yeah,
I cried.
Okay,
watching it on a floor model TV.
It was around my 5th birthday, and I'm just watching my dad be depressed, and I'm like, well, I don't really want to watch this anymore. But I do remember distinctly, Marshawn Lynch was running the football. This is a few years later. Marshawn Lynch was running the football, and I watched someone trip him while he was running. Okay. And I called it out, and I was like, yo, he just tripped him. That can't be legal. And, before you know it, the flag was thrown. And, Mike, what's going on, Mike? Before you know it, the flag was thrown, and they called him for tripping. And my dad goes, that was a good eye. And ever since then, I've just done nothing but analyze Bills football. I enjoy doing it.
Wow.
I just Just
So
red, white, and
you've
blue.
been locked in
Just
ever
those
since.
colors.
Family
Absolutely.
watched the games, all that. You've been locked in ever since.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. Big Ben, you're all the way in Erie. I mean,
Yes, sir.
what made you even want to do this, man? Like what got you locked in? Because you're a PA kid, so I mean, you could easily have been a Steelers fan or something like that. I mean, it's not far from Pittsburgh's not far from Erie, man. I drive through there when I'm driving back to Charlotte, man. How did you hook up with the Bills, man? What is your Bills story? Big Ben Fennell, man. Holla at the crew.
Yeah, where we live here in southern Erie County in PA, western PA, kind of grew up edge of Bills territory, literally the last county. You could go 1 mile south here, you get Pittsburgh games. We still got Buffalo games on TV.
Okay.
And my first memory is 5 years old, probably like you, watching the Giants beat us in the Super Bowl.
Cried like a baby. Cried like a baby.
I can't lie. I was a Giants fan. And
what? Okay.
I switched squads. I liked the Bills jerseys better that game.
Okay. We were in the whites that day.
I remember I was so mad they missed that kick. I was so mad. My dad told me, "Oh, they're a pretty good team. They'll probably be back next year." And if you know me, I'm stubborn. So that was a wrap. I was Bills till I die from that moment on.
Oh wow. and it literally grew into that. I mean, and the fandom just started from that.
I mean, hardworking blue collar that just fit my personality, that fit the area I'm from.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that Buffalo attitude mentality. That's how I played when I played ball. That's how I coach.
Yeah.
All of the above. So
head down, keep your nose to the grindstone, not complaining.
Yeah. And then hey, later on, I'm lucky enough to meet my wife here in college, and her mom used to babysit Jim Kelly, so it's kind of like destiny.
Okay.
So she, we got
shout out Anna K. What's up?
Yeah, shout out Anna K. Mrs. Fennell in the building. That's what's up.
So her mom hooked us up with an autographed jersey from how she called Jimmy. So they're on the first name nickname basis here.
Wow, that's pretty sweet.
So I was like, hold up, your mom babysat Jim Kelly? She's like, yeah, is that a big deal? I'm like, yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big damn deal. That's what's up, man. That is a really cool story.
I was a Western PA quarterback. I was like, I'm next.
Yeah, I mean, so was Jim.
Joe Montana, Joe Namath, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, you name them. I thought Ben Fennell was next.
Right. Yeah, that's what's up, man. No, man. I mean, that's how it works, man. That's why I was talking about the NFL guys earlier today. That their dreams ended. So that's really, really cool, man. That's a cool story. Joining us now on the podcast. I mean, I'm happy to have him, man. I need to know your Bill story. You're a little bit late, but late, but never too late, man. Listen, man. Shout out to my man Big Mike. He helped me out last week. In DT's stead. DT was again busy working, and Big Mike helped me out. Big Mike Davis. Shout out to him at Big Mike _Barber 716. I mean,
you heard the name.
You heard the name. Everybody knows you on the crew.
Shout out to Not Your Average Podcast, my girl T.
716. Yeah. Built-in Buffalo Podcast Network. Now, everybody knows you were on last week. I mean, not everybody can rep naked. I mean, that was a great line. Everybody got a kick out of that line. Listen, how did you become a rabid Bills fan, Big Mike, as you're joining in? Because we were talking about just our stories, and Justice went through his, and Big Ben went through his. We'll get to DT's and ours, but I wanted to know your story, man, because now you with me here in Charlotte, but you're Buffalo born and bred, I think, or Syracuse area, right?
No.
Where are you from? Buffalo. Okay, so then what's up? How did you get into this, man? Because joining these podcasts and doing this and taking the time out of your night, man, I mean, it means that you care. So how did you become a rabid Bills fan?
I feel like I was cheering for the Bills in the womb, man. Like my family, my grandfather's a Bills fan.
Okay.
Always been a Bills fan. Rest in peace. My grandmother. So it's just been all my uncles. Yeah. So I feel like that's what
you grew up in.
Came into the world in as a Bills fan, and I never left. You know what I'm saying? The only other thing I've been a fan of is when Joe Montana and Jerry Rice were the combination back in the day.
Sure.
That was just glorious to watch. But other than that, I've been a Bills fan, true blue, man. I can't escape it. That's why I got it on me, because I It's been
Yeah,
me. It's always gonna be me, no matter what. So
that's
you
what's
know what
up.
I'm saying? Yeah,
That's what's up. Yeah, man. I mean, I love that because you're down here now in Charlotte, and I know when you moved down, we made sure that we got out to the preseason game. We had a good time, and I
yes,
wanted to
sir.
show you Charlotte, show you the city a little bit. And now you got
Right.
your barber shop, and you know what I mean. I came through, showed love, brought my boys through, and my Kings through
Yes,
there
sir.
to show you some love and stuff like that. But like, it's important because I don't think Big Mike I can drive down the damn street here in Charlotte without hitting somebody that you see the bills on their car and like. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just so y'all know, Justice, DT, Big Ben, Charlotte has the most Western New Yorkers. It is ridiculous down here.
We
It is.
strong
I
out
mean,
here.
it
We
is.
strong out here.
It's nuts, man. Well over
Yeah.
250,000 families have moved down to Buffalo. I know. Moved down to Charlotte. Excuse me. I know back in 06 when I first moved down, they had a party each year to celebrate all the people that had moved, and they did an article in the paper, and it was like over 150,000 people, families had moved down here,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like it's way more now. I mean, I went to the
Yeah.
barbershop today and saw two Buffalo emblems on people's back of people's cars. We down here, fellas, deep. We
Yeah.
down here
It
deep
is.
in Charlotte, man.
It
We
is.
down
I
here
feel like
deep, man.
home. Feel like I'm at home. It ain't. I don't really run into too many Panthers fans, but you know that's needless to say. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, they more casual. That's funny,
Right.
man. Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's cool,
quiet.
man. Yeah, they real
Yeah.
quiet, man. I
Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
because we
appreciate
took all
that.
the players anyway. So
and
Yeah, and the
the
coach.
coaches, yeah.
Right. And the coaches.
DT, because you're Panama City, so that's right by Jamestown, right? I mean,
Yeah.
what's up? Tight end, Panama City. I
Mm.
mean, what's up, man? How did you
Yeah.
become? I mean, because you rival me now. I mean, Big Mike might have me on the tats. I don't have any tattoos or anything like that on the bills, but everything in my house, everything on my car is bills. Everything is bills. I mean, DT, you could rival me, man. You got the tats just like Big Mike, and you've got, I mean, the passion, man. Your passion it's
Yeah.
deep, man. It's one of the first things that attracted me to you, man. Friendship wise, was like, man, this dude loves the Bills like I do.
Yeah, like Mike, you know, he coming in basically boomed up. I mean, down in the southern tier, it's definitely in the southern tier though, closer down to Big Ben and Erie and that PA vibe than I was to Buffalo growing up, but it wasn't even a choice. Never even thought about any other team, the Browns or the Steelers or anything like that. My grandfather, rest in peace, was
Rest in peace.
diehard
Okay.
Bills fan, and had season tickets literally my whole life. Growing up, and when I became, of age, if you will, and back then becoming of age is probably a little different than of age nowadays. Going into one of those, even though you brought the boys and they had a good time, but that's probably about the earliest you want to. I was younger than that. Stepping over beer cans, stepping over people. The people say Mafia kind of piped up over the last couple of years, but it's always been like that. Let's be real
man.
now. It's just the social media. The social media now everybody sees it, but yeah, I saw it all growing up. As a little. I think I went to my first game. I was 5 years old.
Okay.
Bears. Bills won. Doug Flutie.
Doug
did
Flutie,
20,
wow.
scored a tutty.
Okay.
And it was, and I remember, I don't think it was that game in particular, but it was a Lions game a couple years later. I remember we were in 113. It was my grandpa's season tickets right next to the tunnel on the right side of the tunnel. And the band played. There was a band that played at halftime, and then they left. So the security guard came and got all the kids in the section, brought them all down, and I was front row. And just remember looking up at all the clocks and the jumbotrons and I don't want this clock to tick down. I literally want to stay in here forever.
Yeah,
And,
that's what's up.
and it just I was so couldn't wait to get back into school and show off, tell the story of the game. And I went to the game and wear my Eric Mold jersey and vibe out that way. And then as I got through high school and through the drought, it was never really that exciting, but always had tabs and went to a couple games a year and got into college. And our guys that you have everyone's met obviously at the tailgates with Brandon and Stefan and they're diehard Bills fans, and we're roommates. And my grandpa passes away, and we got the tickets,
right?
And my dad looks to have them, and he's really not into it much, and not trying to roll that game. And so he's looking, all right, we're gonna sell. And I said, nah, let's. And I was in college at the time, so we took them over and had them since. It's been 11 years I think we've had them, with our spots. So Yeah, lifelong. It's obviously intensified now that I live in Buffalo and
Right.
feel that vibe. And I love like I don't know. I'm not saying I would have pittered out if I lived through this my whole life, and
Mhm.
it would have got old or anything like that, because I don't think it ever would. But it's been a great 5 years living in here, man. Feeling the vibe of the
Yeah,
city,
the
coming
drought
out
was
on the
hard, man. The drought was hard. Don't
yeah,
I know exactly what you're trying to say, and I
yeah,
think we can all collectively, pat you on the back that we probably still would be Bills fans, but boy, that shit
yeah,
was getting hard. I mean,
yeah.
that shit was
Uh,
getting tough.
Definitely, definitely. And now you kind of come out on the porch and take that breath of fall air, and you see all the Bills flags out. You walk into a Wegmans, everybody's got their jersey on game day.
Mhm.
I mean, shit. A
Mhm.
couple of weeks ago, I had a little work breakfast. Took my employees out for breakfast, and it was the preseason game. It was the Steelers that day,
Yeah.
and everybody in the restaurant is wearing Bill stuff at 9 in the morning. It's a 6:30 preseason game, and everyone's like, "All right, it's game day. It's game day." So that I love it, and just being around like-minded people with that, and obviously you said that you guys are a little far away in Charlotte, but you still kind of got that love with
Mhm.
the
The
Northeast
transplants,
down
they
there,
man, we
and
down here.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Right.
and
Right.
Ben, you can kind of give them that little all those Steeler fans local, that little that little we got
Little
that
Rick
little
Ross.
edge, yeah, that little edge. So
Yeah.
love them, always will love them. Deep place in my heart. Obviously, I've made some great friends with you guys about it, and great family. My family will be
Yeah.
Mafia. My kids, I don't care.
Yeah.
They're
That's
gonna be
it.
Mafia. Like
That's
they
it.
don't got a choice. They can have a choice in pretty much everything else in life, but
Yeah.
they're not.
Not
They're
with
gonna be
not with
Bills
the
fans.
squad.
Yeah,
Yeah, man,
yeah.
not with the squad. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, I appreciate all of you guys tonight. As we begin to wrap up, I want to get your season predictions and some records on the record. I mean, you guys know my story, and it's cool, man. I just love hearing all y'all stories because like that I'm a little bit of a combination of a little bit of everything. I got a little bit of General in me, I got a little bit of DT, I got a little bit of Big Mike, I got a little bit of Big Ben, because I was a Buffalo born and raised kid and grew up. And then, my thing was that I was in the suburbs. So but I went to church right on Jefferson, right where the tragedy was, where the massacre was. And I know that we chopped it up. Justice General helped me out with that episode last year after that, horrible tragedy in the Tops. And it was crazy
Oh,
because,
that Top's right there, man. That's crazy.
yeah, and I would be at that Tops. And what was crazy is that, like, I mean, I have to go, and it's far. I mean, Pendleton, you guys know Pendleton is not around the corner. So you gotta jump on Millersport, then you gotta get on the one, then you gotta go all the way to downtown Buffalo. So what was I doing after church? If anybody knows anything about black churches, we let out late. You know what I mean? And that's just how it goes. Now we got to get there for Sunday school in the morning. And my mother was not playing about that shit. And then after
No, she
Sunday
was
school,
not.
it was church. And then after church, you know what I mean? She talking to everybody and she giving
Yeah.
hugs to everybody. And me and my dad in the car. And literally that's how I became a Bills fan. I'd be in the car with my dad, and he would be on, and then it would just, the radio's on, and then that's it. Van Miller's on, and Van Miller was my soundtrack. As we took ourselves back to all the way back out to Pendleton, and it was a nice little drive. And then by the time we got home, it's second quarter or something, I'm running in the house and I'm turning the TV on and I'm trying to, catch up with the game on live TV in that respect. So that's how I became a rabid Bills fans, man.
Awesome.
And like I always blame it on, blame it on the alcohol. Jamie Foxx. I mean, I blame it on the 90s. Those teams ruined me. And what they did was, see, that's the problem. It's Andre Reed's fault, and it's Terminator's fault, and it's Bruce's fault right behind me. Like those motherfuckers, what they were doing on the field looked so damn cool that by the time I became older, I was like, man, that's not only is that my squad, but like I'm rolling with them boys. Like I'm rolling. And I'll never forget. It's crazy that you said your first memory was, Music to the Miracle, General, because like, I mean, that's nuts to me, because like I remember that game vividly and remember watching it on a floor model TV at my parents' house and
That's
like
high
running
school.
home. It was like I was crazy. I'm 30. I just turned 38 a couple weeks ago, and like that was my memory. Like I remember watching that damn game. I remember being mad about that game, and like it was just crazy. So I moved down to Charlotte in 06, and you guys all know, man. I mean, 3 years later, I was literally like Pookie in New Jack City. I was scratching myself like a crack addict. I could not be away from everything that DT was talking about. I mean, because I was in Charlotte and nobody was acting like that down here. You know, like you see some Bills fans every now and then back then, but it wasn't like you go to a restaurant and everybody's dressed up. Yeah, man, I was
That's
like,
what I missed, Rob.
Yeah, I was
that's
like, man, I'm just spot. That's what that was.
That's all I missed.
I was like,
that's
I
literally
my
now football season coming around. I'm like, oh my god,
I couldn't have it. 3 years in, Big Mike. I was like, I can't do this shit no more. I went online and the Bills back at the time. It was the Bills and the Cleveland Browns and the Packers. We were the cheapest season tickets in the league. Back then, my seats were well under $1,000 for two. And I was like, well, shit. I mean, I told my ex-wife, I'm like, we can afford this. And I was like, man, $800. I was like, we could do this. And I got season tickets. And I literally have never looked back. I have never not had season tickets other than the birth of my three kings in 11, 13, and 19. Like, other than that, man, you know where you go find my black ass every single Sunday. I have to be there. It is that Marv Levy song, man. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? I wouldn't want to. It's the crisp air, like DT was talking about. You get that breath on Sunday morning, and I look around and I see the stadium and the lights are coming on, and it's just like, man, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, man. So I appreciate y'all tonight. I know that Dion was trying to join in, man. We can't seem to get him on, man. But listen, I appreciate everybody's time tonight. We got to go around. Robin, I got to get your predictions for the season. Again, this is the Fan Appreciation Week, man. I've had such a blast. Again, check out Justice General Radford. He is the CEO. He runs everything over at Buffalo Fan Base, man. He helps out the other content creators, helps us promote the shows. Again, salute to you, General, for allowing us to simulcast, man, on your platform, because to be honest, man, again, I wouldn't know what to do without doing this, and then to get a chance to get to a bigger audience. I know me and DT, we really appreciate it. Shout out JA17 at JA17 MVP. What you got for the season, man? Be realistic either. Don't give me no crazy stuff like you did last year. Now, give me something realistic.
First of all, I want to say shout out to Jay Spence for making the connection, like I said before.
Yeah,
you know, once I had met you, and then I saw how you and DT worked and how awesome you guys were together, and of course the voice. I really had no choice. It's like I'd be a fool to turn this down. Like, what are you talking about? Right?
I appreciate it, man.
All right. Realistic.
He reminded me of the
weatherman
on Will Smith joint. What was that?
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about. The weatherman that with Hillary.
The Hillary. Preston or something, dude that died or whatever.
He was bungee jumping.
Preston or something. I can't remember his name.
He died. Yeah.
I'm gonna get you for that, Big Mike. I got you.
Realistic season prediction.
Because the schedule is tougher. I mean, can we all agree that the schedule is tougher this year? Is everybody in agreement on that? Like the schedule a little bit tougher this year, right?
It's definitely tougher.
We got better quarterbacks that we're facing.
It's tougher, and that's why I'm not going to say what I said last year, which was 17. I'm going to be humble, and I'm going to say 16-1.
Oh my God!
I think we might. F one off. We might fuck one off, right?
Okay.
But if you take a look at last season, we lost to the Miami Dolphins in a very fluke game. Lost to the Jets in a very fluke game. We lost to the Vikings in a very fluke game. Theoretically, on the goal line. It's crazy. Theoretically, we should have went undefeated last year. Theoretically.
3 losses by 8 points is unprecedented. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that.
Flukes, not even just, it wasn't like any team just controlled the game the entire, like they were flukes, right?
I mean, yes, the Jets, we had some trouble with the Jets. Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
But his elbow got hit.
Fair enough.
They tried to kill us in Miami.
And then
exactly.
Yeah, they did.
And Gabe Davis dropping that pass.
Everybody was dropping.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm gonna say 16-1. I think that we might give one up, or it might be like week 18, and like we don't care anymore. But I genuinely don't think there's a better football team in the league when the Buffalo Bills are playing a not sloppy brand of football. Like if they're efficient, it's over.
Okay,
give us the Lombardi now.
Wow. Big Ben Fennell. You listen, you can check him out. Oh man, I gotta give him your handle, man. Give him your handle. Because everybody's got all these crazy handles, man.
On the X.
Or Instagram, whatever you got.
Vanilla Ice 214. That's on the X. Hit me up.
Fire.
Yo, I did not expect that.
Go Ninja. Go.
Oh, that's so funny, man. Listen, give me your thoughts, Big Ben. I really appreciate you hanging out tonight with us, man. What's a record? Give me something that's realistic. Don't give me 16-1. I mean, but I know Justice, he's on brand.
How about 17-0?
Yeah,
I'm messing.
That's what I wanted to say.
Hey, first off, though, we got two of our tailgate boys that are down there in Charlotte with you.
Okay.
That's, Kurt Dorian and Big Joe Nez is on Big Country.
Okay. Well, then
So
you need to tell them to holler at me, man. You need to tell them to holler at me and Big Mike so we can go and catch an away game. We'll go to Tavern on the Tracks, which is the big Bills bar down here that everybody frequents from the Mafia. So yeah.
Hey, just as long as it's not a playoff game, because they don't bring luck for playoffs.
Oh yeah, no. If it's a playoff game, you won't see me no way. I either be at the game or I'm gonna be hunkered down. I can't handle that playoff stress now. I don't want to be around nobody.
Realistic schedule. I think we might lose maybe 4 games. So like a 12-4 in that area.
13-4, something like that. Wow.
4, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
The only thing is because the schedule's tougher.
It is.
You saw the arms race that the AFC East is doing because we got Josh, so they're building up.
The AFC in general is just a juggernaut.
Yeah,
I mean, there's quarterbacks everywhere.
It's tough sledding. We're playing the number 1 teams in all the divisions, know, and basically like earlier, shit happens during the season. So
yeah, but 13-4 is a hell of a record.
Not to bounce our way at some point.
13-4 is a hell of a record. I mean, Big Mike, what you got, man? I mean, I appreciate you coming in and stepping in and joining us before we closed up, man. What do you got for a prediction, man? I mean, and again, I appreciate you last week helping us out, man, and filling in for DT.
Absolutely. You know that. You know how we rock. But I feel like I'm on the same lines as Big Ben.
No,
gotta be
13-4.
And I feel like you know what it is. No matter what anybody says on this platform, we all predict the trophy.
Ooh.
So no matter what the number is,
I like that.
That trophy is what we are after. So no matter what the record is, as long as we raise it up, I'm happy.
I like that. I like that.
10-7. If we get the trophy, I don't care.
Yeah, I like that Super Bowl 58 vibes. I like that a lot, Big Mike. DT, what you got for us, man? Just humorous, DT. What do you have with the record, man? I like that vibe, though, Big Mike.
Yeah, I can get around that. I can get around that. And like I've been talking about, through this, I'm going to be chilled in the season and then get it. Let's put the pedal on in the postseason and just get in, right? So 2 years ago, when we were 7-6 at one point in the season, and everyone's panicking. That's some of the best football literally anybody's ever seen in the history of football. Those first 2 playoff games. So, kind of ramping up into that. I'm not saying you have to have a season like that to get to that peak playoff performance that you saw from the Bills that year, but if it's going to be something like that, I'm cool with it. So I'll go 12-5. 12-5 with the situation of this division's getting better and better. I'm getting 2 losses out of the division. You go 4-2 in the division. You lose 1 of 3 to that big 3 stretch of the Eagles, the Bengals, and the Chiefs. I think you go 2-1 in there. You get a loss. You have a F-up game that gets you to 4. And then, it's that a couple big games on that Chargers game on the road, and you never know. So conservatively 12-5, with that same type of vibe of 2 years ago where, start peaking at the right time, get healthy at the right time, and let it ride. You said it best, Mike. It doesn't matter what the record is when we all lift that trophy.
I know. Mike is right.
So let's rock on that.
Mike is messing up my damn segment because what I was trying to do was get some records, man. I was trying to get records. That way I could hold y'all feet to the fire if the case. But Big Mike is so damn right because I don't.
Straight to the top, baby.
I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit, man.
I don't give a wham flam what the numbers is. I won't remember them. soon as we raise the trophy, I'm gonna be like, I don't even know what the record was. I have no idea.
I am
Can we lose it again?
ready.
Right.
I am so ready, fellas. What I need you to do here, and shout out to @Dion Brown on Instagram. He's listening in. He's having some technical issues, but I mean, literally one of the first members of the crew, one of my first listeners. So shout out to Dion Brown over there in Kenmore, holding it down. A good father, working hard, and he was trying to join the show tonight. Listen. I go to his house all the time during the season, and I wake up early, and I promise you, I'm in the best moods when I'm there in Buffalo getting ready for a home game. So what I'm going to say is that I don't give a damn about the record, but boy, I can taste this thing. I need all of you guys, all 6 of y'all tonight, to help me enjoy the season. If I get off track, I'm giving y'all full permission to get me back on track. I want to try to try to enjoy this season because
I'll get you right week 2.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm looking.
I tell you what. I tell you why you.
It's not even fatalistic, fellas. It's not like I'm saying like, how are we going to lose? It's just I want to represent the conference. I want to wake up on Super Bowl Sunday and my team is playing at 6:30, and who the fuck ever is on the halftime show. And I'm cooking wings, and I got half my wings in buttermilk, and I got other half and just getting ready to I just want to do. I want to do it all. I want to do it all. And I
start soaking them wings. Here it comes.
I love it. I love it, man. If I get off track this season, man, y'all get me back on track. Help me to enjoy this season because again, I'm not a bigger fan than anybody else, but I get in my car on a Friday and Saturday. I'll drive 9 hours and I could do it in a flash with no sweat.
I know.
Big Mike.
I know.
He was wondering how fast we got
this
up there,
dude
man.
Should be driving for like the Walmart 18-wheelers because I mean, how do you do it, dude? I was like, man, I gotta pee, bro. I gotta pee. I have to pee, bro.
No problem, man. I stop at the same gas stations, man, and I get up there and I do it for y'all, man. To be honest, I do it for the Mafia because again, the drought was so shitty that there was no other reason that I was doing it other than to be around my peoples. And again, where else would you rather be? So I really appreciate y'all tonight, everybody, your time, taking it out of your day and your families, man. I appreciate y'all tonight, man. Listen, man, spread love.
Have you guys been to a game with Rob?
I invited Justin.
Can we say, okay, out of all the years that I've been to football games, this man is the fastest walker I've ever been around.
Oh, I know people like that.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man.
I didn't know. I thought I had the right shoes.
Gotta do a light jog to keep up.
I'm like,
y'all clowning me, man.
This man is like beeline. It feels like he's got a wire connected to the stadium.
Pre-game, me and Dump are a little sideways pre-game, so
right. But you would think he'd go slow. We were all tilted, and he's like, "Let's go!"
Priorities.
It's them skinny dudes.
Bro, I got gas.
It's always them skinny dudes.
That anxiety kicks in quick when you get into that cattle trough up there.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I'm trying to get you a seat. I'm not trying to miss too much of the game. I mean, I just drove up 9 fucking hours. Like I got to drive back 9 hours tomorrow.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to get in my seat, man. I'm trying to see what's popping.
I'm coming with the
get that last puff, that last chug, and get a move.
Yo, DT, we're gonna put bets on, bro. I'm coming with the stopwatch.
You killing me like I'm running the 40? Okay, y'all killing me.
6 minutes and 57 seconds from the parking lot to the seat.
Oh my goodness!
That's about 4 beers.
Oh my goodness! This man that called me Trevor from Fresh Prince, Hillary's boyfriend, and now you're killing me with my pace, man. Listen, man,
these are all compliments, man. These are all compliments.
I love it, man. I love y'all, man. Again, thank you to Justice General. Check him out. Thank you to Big Mike, the barber, man. Mike Davis, check him out. Big Ben, you got his handle. Check him out. You already know me and DT locked in. We're gonna be right back at you next week. We've got great news as we close up tonight. The Godfather, the Michael Corleone, the man himself from Bill's Mafia, Del Reed, will be coming on after week 1. Can't wait, man. That's a really huge honor for us here at Nickel City Crew. We really can't wait for it. He's going to be coming and joining us, talk about some of the initiatives he's got going on. We'll break down the New York Jets game after that great Monday night matchup that we hope the Bills will go ahead and take care of. So I'm really excited, DT. I mean, we moving up. We got the literal co-founder of the Mafia, coming on Nickel City Crew, man. I couldn't be prouder of the show. Again, shout out to you, man, Justice, for helping us promote on the simulcast, man. I got nothing but love for y'all, man. This worked out perfectly, man. I got a date tonight. I'm gonna make my date on time. I
did not see that coming.
This is perfect.
Did not see that coming.
This is perfect, man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, man.
I'm mad that this revved you up for your date.
That only a Bills fan. See, we're not normal, man. We're not normal. We're not, man. Look at us. All of us, 5, 6 degenerates. I mean, I got literally Dion been on half the show just listening and just texting me. He gave me the Trevor line. It was Trevor, Big Mike. Trevor.
Hey,
Trevor. He was the boyfriend.
And what a snazzy dresser, huh? Okay. That's a compliment. You know?
Y'all killing me, man. Spread love.
You know, Rob's gonna be like, hey, on his date, hey, talking about Diggs running glance routes and stuff. So,
oh my god,
like, oh yeah, if Diggs just gets a step on that corner and he breaks inside on that backer, he's got him.
Why are you talking about? Why are you aroused? I mean, I'm just was talking about the Bills with my boy.
Yeah, you know, that's my boy Diggs.
She's gonna be like, I said, did you want guacamole? Like, okay, never mind. Cool.
Oh my goodness, man. Y'all are killing me tonight, man. I appreciate everybody's time tonight, man. Taking time out of your schedules tonight. Y'all killing me with the laughs, man. Again, as always, man, please remember out there, spread love, not hate. These were my Bills thoughts said out loud. Everybody better hit them with a go Bills, man. Fam appreciation.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Go Bills. Can't wait. See y'all soon now.
Go Bills, baby.